So here's kind of a fun thing I've been doing with CGX lately. I actually set up these two presets for demo reasons, right? To show friends of mine, to show students, and just to do general demos. And I kind of realized, you know what? They're actually kind of useful. Now, I know it's going to immediately beg the question, are we ever going to provide like presets to download for CGX from NBP or whatever? And we might. At the moment, our panels don't really allow for that, importing and exporting of presets, but you know, every now and then a subject comes up. So if you have interest in that, let us know in the comments below. But let me show you what I'm talking about. So in CGX, of course, if you hit the double arrows at the bottom of the panel, every time you hit it, you get a completely different sort of result, right? That's kind of the entire point of it. It reshuffles everything. And as you can see, every single setting gets reset. So it doesn't just change the actual results, like, for example, the actual intensity or the saturation level, but it also changes the general range of every single slider, right? So it is literally a random exploration, but we can maximize and minimize that, if you will, very, very simply. Let me show you what I'm talking about here, okay? Go to presets. I have these saved already. I call them minimum and maximum. So let me show you what I mean. If you double click minimum, when you come back to Explorer, you'll see that in this case, I have the highlight set to about like a cyan and the shadow set to about an orange or red. And then the intensity, saturation, brightness, and contrast are right down the middle and not very wide. They don't have a lot of variation. So now instead of hitting the double arrow, I hit the regular play arrow. And now when I click, every result is going to be, for lack of a better term, kind of predictable, but giving me some variation. Yes, you can do that setting manually, but I have a preset for it. So if I think I kind of like the color direction of, I'm going to change it up just for demo, blue sort of highlights and yellow green shadows. Cool. Everything else, because of the preset, is down the middle. So every single result here will be relatively predictable, giving some tame, controlled, different styles. And on top of that, if I go to the Create tab while I'm here now, I can simply slide these colors around and get active changes as it's working. Now, the opposite is also true. Let's go back to Explore for a minute. Actually, presets. We'll go to Maximize or Maximum, right? When I go back to Explore, you see what's happening. Now the highlights are blue to green, all that whole range in 180 degrees. And then the shadows are the opposite, blue to green, the other direction. And of course, all these four sliders are maximized. So now when I hit play, I'm going to get a wider range of possibilities. And some of them are going to be pretty radical, but it can be fun to find something that maybe you weren't considering, right? And you can tweak from there. You can also decide, like, you know what, don't make decisions. Actually, I'm going to turn off the eyeball here for brightness. Don't make decisions on brightness and contrast, and keep going. And look at all those different wild choices in case something catches your eye. And of course, you know, the colors, in my case of my presets, start sort of where they start, but you can change them and move them around and then just kind of keep exploring. And at any moment, you can bring back the contrast. If you want to keep playing with the contrast on that, you can even just, you know, hit the little arrows on that and get different contrast options. See that? So anyway, the main takeaway here really is the idea of coming to presets. So I have a minimum. Like I said, I saved it curved right down the middle, a default of cyan highlights and a default of sort of orange red shadows. That's how I like it, but it can be changed around. And so when I go to minimum and hit play, I can get minimum changes. And if I double click maximum and come back here, then now I have wild changes. And of course, you can do any variation in between. Like I said, I made these two just to quickly demonstrate how the CGX sort of UI worked. And then I thought maybe they're kind of cool to show people. And you can make your own. They're very, very easy. You just simply set all your settings to something like this and then save the preset. Done. They're very easy to do, but I just want to talk about it because that randomization that people enjoy about CGX, right? Because it can send you in an inspirational direction you weren't considering. That randomization, to me, this is my quick philosophy on it. I use it to trigger something in my brain that I can't get triggered. I don't know what's going on. I don't like the color. I'm not finding something just wow. Let me play around. But some days I'm feeling a little more brave, a little more exploratory than other days. So I might come in and try something extremely radical and then maybe scale back the opacity or not, right? So there's kind of an interesting sort of muted look that I would never have considered, but CGX allowed it to happen, and it gave me a pleasant surprise. And if I go to the presets again and go to minimum, sometimes I think I like the color ranges here, but I don't know. Just shake it up a little bit. I can't quite nail it. Let me see if randomization gets it, even though I basically know what I want. You get what I'm saying? It's a way to trick my artist brain into different possibilities, which is what we've talked about CGX since we created it. That's exactly what it's for. But having these quick little presets of minimum, maximum have been a heck of a lot of fun.